Okay, I think that worked. I think that actually put me live. Yeah, I'm actually live now. Cool. Let me see. Just gonna send new link on YouTube. There we go. And hopefully that'll be a little bit more stable. Maybe that fixed the chat too. Probably not. What's good, Kyle? What's good, Ready Player? If that didn't do anything, I'm gonna be so sad. But that's life. It looks like it's a little bit better. Marginally. Marginal improvement, that's okay.
Hello? Parker, where are you? We must run through the demonstration at least once before the grant committee arrives.
What suit is this? This is just the normal suit. Let me see. I have a save that skips a little bit forward. Let me see. Okay. As soon as I finish this mission, I'll be able to start with the custom suits.
Sorry to break it to you.
Actually, you know what? I'm impatient. We're gonna do one of the DLCs. There we go.
I was heading to the museum to check out that painting.
I was playing with this suit earlier, and I really liked it. I know there's a couple of Ultimate Suit mods, but just the fact that this is exactly the one from, you know, the game that I played as a kid kind of makes me like it a little bit more. Now, I've got a couple of the couple of suits installed. We'll kind of cycle through them as we play.
My friends, the Rhino and the Scorpion are back behind bars, but only after wreaking unimaginable havoc in a reckless rampage with Spider-Man. Hopefully, they'll never see daylight again. But we need to be ready if they do. Normal humans can't stand against the likes of the Rhino. So, here's my proposal. You've heard of police dogs, right? Now bear with me. We train, outfit, and deploy police rhinoceroses. You got a rhino? We got a rhino too, baby!
Ah, that wasn't the one I wanted to get right away. Oh, he just kicked him right off the building. No way that guy isn't dead.
Sometimes you catch more flies with other flies. This is not how you exchange insurance information.
Let me see. Really bad time for me to forget all the controls of the game. Okay, so that's the button for that. Oh, wasted the drones, but whatever. Let's see. Back to comics in terms of Transformers, inconsistent. I feel that. The start of IDW Transformers, all of Phase 1 is like rough until the end of it. and even the ending isn't that good. But I mean, there's a little bit that can be said of it later on. What it builds up to and the stuff with the Wreckers in Volume 1, it makes everything worthwhile. Because Phase 2, Phase 3, they all build on that structure that the first volume kind of sets up. Or the first phase. I do love that they went with the Alex Jones route for J. Jonah Jameson. I kind of hope that in the future, though, they do something new with it. Because it's a little bit old for everyone to just kind of copy Alex Jones now. It just feels a bit overdone. But I mean, they're committed to it with this, for the games anyway.
Those escaped inmates looks like they've gotten their hands on some serious firepower.
Last thing we need right now is a map.
Okay, I've got a couple suits. We'll cycle through them. No one saw that one. Let's see. Spider-Man 2000, that's a good one.
Is this something you can handle quietly?
When does the swimming start? The swimming starts now, motherfucker.
Shootout. There might be a bunch of webs around, though.
I'll take it. Good luck.
He's here! Spider-Man's here!
Okay, where are they at? Oh, I didn't even need me to deploy those. Shit. Oh man, I need to get a mod that can like make them polygonal like the PS1 sprites. That'd be fun. Oh, now might be a good time to mention it. Me, Anganoff, and Lila have been working on a Spider-Man 2000 VR chat world. We're gonna be doing some stuff with that. I guess in the next few weeks. I think we're making a video for Anganoff's channel, and then I might stream a little bit of it on mine at some point. I need to set up streaming in VR first, but it is a Spider-Man 2000 world. It's the first few levels up through the bank robbery level. Like everything up to the safe, pretty much. We're talking about putting the Scorpion levels in too, but we'll see how that goes.
Get out of the raft! They sure are eager to go back! We can still win!
Let's see. Get a couple little friends to go take care of them.
Reinforcements!
I forget how OP the spider drones are.
Your parole hearing! Is it sad that a bunch of criminals have more loyal friends than me?
Spider-Man, I'm getting reports of shots fired.
I can confirm that. They're not hitting anyone, though.
Try to keep it that way.
Since I'm the only one they're aiming at, I am totally on board with that.
I wish I could figure out what's wrong with why I can't get it to show the chat on screen. That's bugging me.
Heck, I'd even settle for neutral.
Yeah, I can just slow down a little bit, buddy. Ah, shit. Okay, where are they spawning in from next? Hey, what's good? Yeah, I was saying in the other stream, I know that it's been a little bit since I streamed last. I'm hoping to stream at least once every other week, depending. We'll see how that goes. I really want to stream some Gotham Knights because I haven't really made much progress in it. I've just been kind of leveling and grinding. That way it'll be a little bit easier when I do end up playing on stream. Gotham Knights is like really, really mediocre, but it's like playable. I wouldn't recommend buying it at the full like $60 price, but when it lowers down to like $20, it's worth picking up and playing for a little bit.
The inmates and all their guns are webbed up and waiting.
Thanks. No way we could have taken them without collateral damage. I hope the locals appreciate you.
Did I see Across the Spider-Verse? I don't think it's out yet. But do you mean like did I see the trailers and stuff for it? Then yeah, absolutely. The fact that they're getting Spectacular Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse like blows my fucking mind. I'm so happy they managed to pull that off. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening in the last few years that I never really thought. Like, I never really thought I'd be able to play Spider-Man PS4 on PC, but here we are. With the fucking Spider-Man 2000 mod. It makes me so happy. It's just the small things, you know? Like, a lot of people talk about their Batman, their blah blah blah, you know, like, the version of the character they grew up on, their favorite version of the character. That was always kind of Spider-Man 2000 for me. The PS1 game. Because I played that game probably more than any other Spider-Man game as a kid.
Mark your calendars, folks, because I'm going to say something you thought you'd never hear. Spider-Man got it right. Does that mean I was wrong about him? Am I apologizing? Hell no. You see, I have it on good authority that he is a regular listener of this program.
Hey, I actually got, well, you know I got the Armada re-release of Starscream recently. I ordered, what was it? I ordered the Hotshot not long ago because it wasn't supposed to come out until March, but it's already out, so, I mean... The second I saw that I could order it, and it would get to my house within a week, I went ahead and ordered it off of Amazon. I'm really excited to get that Hotshot figure.
Here, let me text you what I found. Smart. What's your name? Philip Chang. Okay, Philip.
I wish Miles Morales was longer too.
If you get info
Honestly, it's the better game, but...
Okay, looks like I need to find the location in this picture. I see the Statue of Liberty, so it's gotta be way south of here. Not close to the university. Probably the financial district. Philip, I'm headed to where the picture was taken. How recent is it?
Timestamp half an hour ago.
Nice heuristics. You did that facial tracker on your own?
Yeah, it's my thesis project. I'm hoping it'll help me land a job.
If this works, you can count on me for a reference.
Okay, I got no idea where I should be going.
Looks like a rooftop lounge.
Okay, which way is the Statue of Liberty from here? I think it's towards Alcatraz. Right? Or, I mean, not Alcatraz, but you know what I mean. The raft. Or is it on this side of the island? It's on this side of the island. I'm dumb. Okay, hold on. I know nothing about New York, clearly, despite playing, like, probably, shit, thousands of fucking hours in virtual versions of them across Grand Theft Auto and Spider-Man video games over the years. Then again, I guess that's like saying, you know, I don't know New York despite playing video games taking place in New York. I don't know how to race cars despite, you know, playing car racing games. Not exactly equivalent. Then again, they are making a movie. The Gran Turismo movie is supposed to be about... It's like a real-life story about some race car driver who grew up playing, like, Gran Turismo video games, and now he's, like, one of the best European, like, drivers. I don't know. That's just what I heard. I might have that wrong. I remember hearing someone was cast in it and just being like really impressed, like, wow, they're going to be in a video game movie. Then finding out it was like more of a documentary or, you know, dramatization than a, you know, video game movie. Okay. Looking for those rooftop terraces. Am I gonna get lucky? Are those over there? Nope, nope, not those. It's gotta be somewhere around here. One of these buildings. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna turn the motion blur off. Okay, motion blur was off. I don't know what I'm tripping about. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing.
That looks like the spot over there.
Yep, there it is.
These students are acting like the ones at the Halloween party. Lee must have corrupted them.
How's the sound, by the way? Do I need to turn anything up or down?
Fire's spreading. I better end this fast. That's the last of them.
Someone should demake this into PS1. I want them to. I want them to so bad. So, you know the fog effects from, you know, the, the Scorpion mission? I really want to get that mod that makes it like that for all the maps all the time, right? And then get some kind of a Skygraft mod that would turn it into, like, the PS1 version of the sky. That'd be really neat. One day. If I remember right, I was never able to beat this one on PS4. Hey, what's good, Lila? I was just telling them about the VR chat Spider-Man 2000 world. If you want to link it in the chat, feel free. Then again, I don't know if you can drop links if I have that set up to where links are not. I don't know. You can try it and see though. But I was telling them about the Spider-Man VR chat world.
I'm hearing a lot of praise for Spider-Man lately, and I'm not saying it's entirely unwarranted. He did listen to me after all, and did the...
Yuri, this construction site's about as legit as the watches they sell in Times Square.
I don't have evidence for a warrant. You go in, you're on your own.
What else is new? No disrespect. I got him cornered. Lucky shot. Take him down. Oh no! Get away!
It is just so goofy that Spider-Man has a suspension matrix like that, but it's so funny though. It just doesn't really make sense of the Spider-Man thing, but then again, I guess the drones don't really, unless you count Superior Spider-Man. The drones were in Renew Your Vows? Okay, that's fair. Was Superior Spider-Man canon to Renew Your Vows? Oh, as a way for him to take pictures. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah, like in a modern day and age, Spider-Man taking pictures of himself, he would use drones. Huh. That's actually pretty clever.
Really? More guys? I don't have this many friends. You're gonna have a bad day. Look out!
Spider-Man, I checked records and that site's been getting deliveries from cartel front companies.
They're moving drugs, huh? Not for long. I can't punch him if he... Down, I'll go easy. Up left! Oh, great, more of them. Guys, Fisk isn't here. You could have just...
I'm killing people with those moves. You damn right. Yeah, I do need to switch to the Deadpool skin.
Reinforcements again?
The Deadpool skin looks really, really good. So does the Venom skin, really. Actually, I think I'll do the Venom one next. Can you switch mid? Yeah, you can. Okay, we're just going to ignore the... Yep, we're going to ignore that one. There we go. The scaling on this one is a little bit funny. Yeah, definitely killed that guy with the explosive there.
You're not bulletproof. Yuri, I got a bunch of incapacitation.
Yeah, that'd be really neat, Lila.
Narcotics all wrapped up and waiting for you.
Great, I'll just consider this an anonymous tip.
Yeah, I've noticed that this Venom skin looks a lot better during, whatchamacallit? During the nighttime levels. I think the funniest thing about the Venom skin is just the feet on it. It's so jarring compared to the other models.
All units, officers are taking sniper fire. Report came in from Seaport.
I need to take out those snipers.
Oh,
I've got an
shit.
idea how to settle this. Dance off.
See, I always run and gun. Situational awareness, don't know her. No, that was all of them.
That was like...
Let's see. I got the Predator skin just for funsies. There we go. Let's do the Deadpool one for a little bit.
A crazy modern western. Lawmen pinned down in an urban canyon. Yippee-ki-yay, mothers.
I wonder... I didn't really pay attention. I don't know if this is something... if it's a suit that a suit that a fan made, or if it's something that was taken from a video game like Future Flight or something. I know there are a lot of Future Flight, you know, the skins from the mobile games that are ported into this. Did I watch Chainsaw Man? No, I haven't, but I really want to. It looks good. I've heard nothing but good things about it. The only anime I've really been watching recently, I tried to get into JoJo's, I got up to Jotaro, right? And the whole thing is like, I love Jonathan Joestar. I love Joseph Joestar. But I fucking hate Jotaro. Jotaro sucks. And like, I hate the whole stand thing, and like, I don't know. I'm not really into the direction that it goes once it hits Jotaro. But I'm willing to give it another chance. I'll get back into it eventually.
Rounding up protesters. What's happening to this city?
Be advised, escape prisoners have started a riot. Officers needed at Tribeca. Please copy.
I'm gonna switch to the night map because most of the skins just generally look better on it.
Calling Sable agent stationed in Little Italy. Need a status update. 10-4, this is APC Sierra. We are commencing our patrol route. Contact with Spider-Man control. Weapons free. Clear to engage. Contact! He's here!
This is really flattering. But tell Silver Sable I only
Been hooked on Viva La Bam recently. Very nice. The Bam Margera connection is kind of funny because Bam Margera popularized like my favorite band from when I was in like middle school, which is this band called Him, which is this Finnish metal band that makes, they call it love metal, but it's like really like kind of like gothic rock music. It's really good. I still like it today, but Bam Margera really popularized it in America. A lot of his skateboards and a lot of his clothing, the heartagram that's on a lot of them, and I think Steve-O has tattooed on one of his nipples. Bam Margera popularized that logo with his skateboards and stuff. And for a while, it was kind of a joke that him was more popular, and I guess they still are, more popular for that symbol than they are for their own music. But him was Bam's favorite band. I think they might be in a few episodes of Viva La Bam. I don't know. It's been years since I watched that show.
Nope. That is not how you treat people in my friendly neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm right, Spider-Man. Alright, I need a couple of friendly friends. There we go. God damn. Hound on. Okay, taking out the sniper next. Forgive me, it's been a little while since I played the game.
New York, permanently.
You said something about the Jade Syndicate avatars? No, I didn't see. I saw that you posted it on the Spider-Man 2000 VR Discord.
Yuri, I ran across some Rikers inmates. They've built a fort. Way better than the ones I used to make out of sofa pillows.
Oh, speaking of the Hat Man, I've got a funny mod that reminded me of Anganoff. There we go.
They tried to step in, but there were too many. And we
Spider Jackson.
Lucky for you,
The fucking fedora and the mustache is what kills me.
I should have gone into advertising.
But it made me think of Anganoff.
You're in timeout. Surprise!
Rocky's not answering. Someone see what's gonna make you pay for that! Spider-Man! Kill his ass!
I'm not gonna lie, the suit kind of looks good on Spider-Man.
Reinforcements. Okay, sure. I don't need sleep. Grenade out!
That almost certainly killed that man. I'll catch you later, Lila. Yeah, Spider-Man in suits. So this is the funniest thing about that, right? I always cite, like, you know, Cyclops with the leather jacket, Captain Marvel with the leather jacket, but, like, just in general, superheroes that wear clothes on top of their superhero outfits, right? So, like, the scene in Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is wearing, like, all the winter clothes on top of his outfit, right? Or the couple of costumes in Miles Morales with the hoodie, right? I love that so much. I love that aesthetic.
They'll be a lot easier to deal with on the street, without hostages.
I'm working on it. Talk to you soon. Sorry, no entry during the performance. Okay, you guys are really late. I'm afraid there will be a no-show fee. Where did you get this track? The siege of Manhattan Fortress is over, milady.
Thanks. I'll send
Oh my god.
back to their side.
He literally said milady too. That couldn't have been better. The fedora and the milady. I need to clip that. I wonder if this has an animation pack attached to it. Because I haven't seen some of these animations before. Or maybe the suit just looks that good. I don't know.
Can't have the ones inside feeling left out.
Stable ground teams. Need a status report from Upper Chinatown. Observation
Yeah, dancing off the wall.
for Spider-Man.
Oh my god. My mind just went to the most, like, awful joke.
Dark days just behind.
Fucking...
Most of the people
It's the Uncle Skip Spider-Man costume.
Mayor Osborn resigned in disgrace. Escapees from Rikers continue to be rounded up. The remaining demons and Wilson Fisk's men are fighting over scrap.
Going down. MJ, I'm at the first location on your list, and guess what I found?
Okay. Let's try something different this time. I'm gonna do the Ben 10 one, just for funsies.
See if you can figure out what they're up to while I introduce myself.
Let's just do it hard mode. I'm really impressed that they were able to get, like, you know, how it drapes over the costume, or how it drapes over the model so clearly. Like, it doesn't glitch out that much. It does glitch out a little bit, but they did a really good job with these.
I hope you new guys can up your game, because those last guys, yawn.
Peter, that location's supposedly an importer of souvenirs for Chinatown shops.
What they're importing is not something I want as a memento.
Drugs?
Demons. Looks like they bring in their buddies in shipping containers.
Oh, I didn't mean to
Criminal records are getting in their country.
just drop like 3 suspension matrices at once. I thought I had it on web.
You guys was mad. I admit, I used all my good quips on the others, but I don't mind repeating myself. This is like when the band's doing its 4th encore and you just kind of want to go home. Step right up, fellas. I got plenty of webbing for all of you.
Alright, that one was pretty cool. Okay, who's next? That guy's dead. That guy just fractured his spine. Dead. No way he's not. I know it's just a video game, but... Which spider am I? I'm not any spider right now. Right now I'm a Ben 10 alien. Big chill from Alien Force. I have a couple of non-Spider-Man mods on here. I'll switch back to a Spider-Man skin in a second. I just thought it looked really cool the way the costume like drapes over the model and all.
MJ, call the police. All the demons are incapacitated.
Don't forget to bring me a souvenir.
I want to try the unlimited suit. I remember being really impressed by this. Just looking at the screenshots of it. And I am still impressed by it playing. Oh hey, Exalted, if you're still in the chat, I got my Power Commander today. The Power Links Optimus. Really, really like it. Beautiful figure. Why do I have such a weird username? Oh my gosh, I have been waiting for someone to ask me this question. Okay, so Super Swim Team 7. It's like supposed to sound like poorly translated Japanese, right? Like Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go, you know? Like something that doesn't sound quite right, but you just kind of like, you know what, whatever. You roll with it, you know? That was kind of the goal, and it's also a couple of jokes in one. One is Adult Swim. I love Adult Swim. Another is superheroes, obviously. Another Swim Team 7, SEAL Team 6. Like Osama bin Laden SEAL Team 6. That's a little bit of my morbid humor in there. But yeah, so and then also Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and me misremembering Aqua TV show as Aqua Team Hunger Force. It wasn't, but you know, just kind of trying to combine those kind of ideas. I just kind of came up with like Super Swim Team 7. I literally took a bunch of names and words and like put them all together until I found something that clicked from like all of them. But yeah, superheroes, Adult Swim, SEAL Team 6, Super Lucky Number 7, Super Swim Team 7.
Criticizing, not offering solutions when it comes to Spider-Man. Here's my solution, and it's very simple. Unmask. Join the police academy. Wear a badge. Then you can catch all the crooks you want, and I'll sing your praises on this very show. And all that hogwash about how that would place his loved ones in danger? Come on. You can't convince me that guy has any loved ones.
A couple of people have asked me. I've been asked it on People have asked me it on Discord a couple of times, but no one's really ever asked me it on stream.
Situation north of Houston. Checkpoint under attack by demons.
Time for my special brand of conflict resolution.
Which spider am I now? I'm Spider-Man Unlimited. Yeah, Super 7, I've seen that. I wonder if that'll ever be an issue for me.
Gotta hit them harder to knock off their armor.
I really doubt it, though. It would be a good problem to have, if it were a problem. That was the last one.
Sable's as much of a threat as
Yeah, it was.
Gotta be quick. Bombs could go off any second. My web muffled it pretty well.
Okay, 2 more.
Gotta find the last bomb. direction.
Do you think the MCU will choose to go Ultimate Goblin to differentiate it? I think that what they'll do is they'll probably do a mixture of the two, right? It'll probably be something where he starts off inside of the costume but then morphs out into Goblin. I don't know. Honestly, I can't see them abandoning the armor. But also, Oscorp and Norman Osborn don't exist in the MCU? I don't know. I can't really figure it out. I'm sure they'll figure it out, whatever they want to do with it eventually, though. But it's one of those things that, like, if they haven't even decided the rules themselves yet, there's really no point in speculating on it.
Pardon me.
I think that after Secret Wars, the rumor is that there's going to be some kind of a soft reboot. And I think that soft reboot will, like, there will be things like Oscorp in the MCU after that. And maybe it'll be something where it's like Peter remembers the old timeline and certain people remember certain things and certain things don't add up. I'm not really sure what they'll do with it. But whatever they do, I'm sure it'll be interesting. But I think they have to soft reboot it somehow to justify the X-Men coming into the MCU.
Officers needed on scene in Clinton.
I mean, they already dropped it, like, they dropped references in Miss Marvel and Black Widow. And, you know, obviously, She-Hulk said them by name in She-Hulk. Which, you know, speaking of She-Hulk, I know a lot of people hated that show, but I loved it. Like, it was really pretty much exactly what I wanted out of the show. I really can't wait to see what they do with the next one.
I feel like the holdup guys are
If the MCU does Crisis, you're gonna laugh. Honestly, that's kind of what I'm expecting them to do. Maybe not completely, but in a very, very soft way. Like, you know how the comic book Secret Wars, like, rebooted Miles and retconned him into the MCU? I mean, not into the MCU, but into 616. I think it's going to be something like that, where it, like, retcons Oscorp into the 616 and a bunch of stuff like that. It's either going to move the Spider-Man stuff out, or move more Spider-Man stuff in. And I don't think there's any way that they move it out. Like, because from my understanding, the whole reason that you have Michelle Jones instead of Mary Jane is that because she premiered in an MCU movie, Marvel or Disney has, like, partial ownership of her. So they can't just take Michelle Jones or Zendaya and call her Mary Jane and put her in Kraven, like they can Tom's Spider-Man. Same thing with Ned Leeds. Same thing with, like, you know, it's the reason they didn't call Ned Leeds Ganke. They could have just done that, you know, because everyone knows what they were doing with the character, stealing him from Miles. But they call him Ned Leeds. That way, you know, Sony can't use Ned Leeds or Ganke and then say, and the same actor, and say it's in the same universe. It's really, really clever thinking on the part of, sneaky and clever thinking on the part of Kevin Feige, because, like, they knew that they were going to try and, like, say, oh yeah, Venom's in the MCU, blah 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 blah, and of course Amy Pascal did all of that, right, knowing that it wasn't, but, you know, also knowing they could kind of say, yeah, it's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe of movies, you know, and enough casual people wouldn't really look twice at it. And it would create more discussion online, people arguing about it. You know, it's good marketing for the films. Do I think they'll... No, I don't think they'll do the Clone Saga. I think they'll reference the Clone Saga in Across the Spider-Verse. And maybe Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Verse 3 is about the Spider-Verse taking on an army of evil spider clones. And that's why Scarlet Spider is, like, has a big part in Across the Spider-Verse. I can see them doing the clone stuff, like a light adaptation or something that's inspired by it, but we'll never get, like, MCU Clone Saga movies. Never. Oh my god, they would have to run out of so many ideas to adapt the Clone Saga in the MCU. Because that's what it was in the 90s. Like, that's what the Clone Saga was. They ran out of ideas. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad faith interpretation of the Clone Saga, of the original Clone Saga. But I don't know. The Clone Saga can be done right, and it can be done well. I like the Ultimate version of the Clone Saga, and I'd even say that you know, Ultimate Jessica Drew is like one of my favorite Spider people. For some reasons, more obvious than others. What references? Are you talking about the X-Men references in the MCU? So, She-Hulk, the end of She-Hulk, she goes to Marvel Studios, breaks the fourth wall, goes to Marvel Studios, and talks to an AI version of Kevin Feige, and asks him, when are we going to get the X-Men? And then, like, winks at the camera. And then Miss Marvel is a mutant. That's in the after credits of Miss Marvel of the last episode. So we have a confirmed mutant, a character referencing mutants. Oh yeah, and there's a Wolverine reference in She-Hulk. You see a newspaper headline that says something about a bar fight with a three-clawed man or something, but it's a Wolverine reference inside of She-Hulk. I think we'll see Wolverine before we see the X-Men proper, but like, it's coming. I've said this before a couple of times on Discord, but what I think they're going to do with the Wolverine Deadpool movie, I think what it's going to be is it's going to be like a road trip movie across the Fox X-Men universe, kind of tying up loose threads and like breaking the fourth wall on certain things they never got to, right? And it's also going to be like a road trip farewell movie because it's the last movie that's ever going to be in that universe. And if I had to guess, the movie's going to end with Deadpool ending up on in the MCU. And it's supposed to be about the TVA is going to be in it too, and they're going to be going after Deadpool. What's his face? I forget his name. The guy, Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson's character from Loki is supposed to be in Deadpool 3. But I think it's going to end in the MCU, and here is why it's going to end in the MCU. So, if Hugh Jackman doesn't want to come back for Secret Wars, they're going to need a moment where the old Wolverine shakes the new Wolverine's hand. And let me explain this. So, everyone hates the new Doctor until there's a crossover with the old Doctor. Everyone hated Picard until there was a movie crossover where he met Captain Kirk and they shook hands. People hated Miles in the comics until they made Spider-Man and he shook hands with Peter Parker. And you know what? People hated Tom Holland until he shook hands with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. So you're going to see the new MCU Wolverine premiere in Deadpool 3. That's what I'm guessing. And he's going to shake hands with Hugh Jackman, and it's going to be a passing of the torch moment, even though it's his first appearance. That's what I'm expecting out of like Deadpool 3. And like the introduction of mutants into the MCU. But we'll see how that actually goes. We'll see. Maybe that's just me being hopeful. But it'd be fun to clip that and then, like, you know, see if I'm right or not whenever it actually comes out.
I need to check with the cops before I go in.
Spider-Man, thank God. Demons have rigged explosives all over the building, but we can't get close.
Point me at him, officer. I'm here to help.
We've located the primary device. If you can disable it, it'll cough up an army key. You can use that to locate and disable the secondary devices.
Got it. Keep your men back. I'll radio when it's clear. Not again! Not on my watch! Demons are down. Time for the bomb. Bomb triggers wired in series.
Oh my god, I hate these. I hate it when games make you do math. Okay, so +3.
There, got the key.
Hell yeah, didn't even have to do the math on it. With X-Men 97, do you think it's successful? If it's successful, they'll start reviving other old shows. Kind of. If it's successful, I don't think they'll necessarily revive the old shows. There's a rumor that they canceled Spider-Man freshman year. And that's a big indicator that Disney is not wanting to move forward with Marvel animation. And that it's more expensive than they thought it would be. But... oh shit, I forgot I wasn't done with that. But I do think that they'll probably do like direct to video. I mean, not direct to video, but they'll probably do like 45-minute one-time specials, right? Like a Christmas special set in the 90s Spider-Man universe or something like that, right? Or maybe a little TV movie or direct to streaming movie that'll tie it up, you know? That's kind of what I expect out of it. But I don't know, because the rumor that they canceled freshman year, that's weird. For Disney, the biggest entertainment company in the world, to cancel an animated series based on their biggest property. Like, there has to be some kind of an issue with it. Like, something's wrong there. Something's not adding up.
I'm being redundant. It's called art. I'm a wordsmith. It's a rhetorical device. And if you don't like it, I'll tell you where you can shove that device. Okay, my intern is telling me it's time for my pills. We will be right back. A group of mercenaries are about to kill a diplomat. Better hurry.
Oh, come on. I need to take him down fast.
The legs look goofy with the cape, but they really suit the unlimited suit. I'll switch to another suit in a minute. I know I've been dragging this one out for a while, but I really like it. You put a cape on Spider-Man, and I am just down every time. Like, Spider-Man being one of the most superheroes, you would think that he'd have more cape costumes.
Not gonna lie, feeling pretty good about myself right now.
You're pulling your punches.
I'm fine just stopping criminals. I don't need to kill them.
Never hold back. I won't.
This guy's got issues.
Okay. Kind of want to go... let's do the Captain America one for a little bit. I think this is actually the Captain America Fortnite skin. But it looks really good in this game.
done. I think a concussive attack would knock the armor off.
Where is it? There we go. They did the thing that, like, doesn't let you use. You know, one of my favorite theories way back in the day was that Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Peter, was supposed to become the next Captain America. Because in the Ultimate Universe, the spider that gave him the powers that was injected with Oz, Oz was supposed to be an attempt to remake the Super Soldier Serum. So it kind of would have made sense almost. Almost. I don't know. I think it would have been cool. There's a bunch of really cool fan costumes of the idea. Wonder if any are in Spider-Man PS4 yet. That's a good... I need to look that up after the stream.
That's all of them. Let's find out what they were up to. Yuri, this sounds nuts, but I think this group of Sable agents is locking people up and straight up robbing them.
You mean asset seizure? That's for drug dealers, mobsters.
Yeah, well, they're applying it to anyone with nice cars or jewelry.
Which just makes them criminals. Treat them like it.
So, when you were little, did you say, I'm gonna grow up and be a fascist oppressor? Yeah, you probably did. Oh, hey, reinforcement guys! I just talked to your boss. She said you could take the rest of the day off. I swear!
You know, I think that Robert Downey Jr. will come back. And here's why he's going to come back. I don't know how they'll write him back. Is he just going to be an AI? Is he going to be like, you know, a computer that turns into a real boy? Is it going to be like some magic wish? I don't know. But he's going to be back. And the reason he's going to be back is that he has not had a single good movie. Like, a well-performing movie. Like, everyone thought, you know, Robert Downey Jr., he sells the movie, right? But Robert Downey Jr. doesn't sell the movie. Iron Man sells the movie. So, like, he can't sell tickets the way he thought he could sell tickets. He's not going to be able to do the kinds of projects he wants to actually do. So it's easier just to default back to being Iron Man again. And there's a lot less shame in it when, you know, people like Hugh Jackman are doing the same thing. So if everyone else is doing it, he's going to feel less bad about doing it. Especially when it's like Hugh Jackman, who, like, Hugh Jackman honestly has had a more renowned career than Robert Downey Jr. I would say, anyway. Like, you know, at least a more varied career. Like, this is a guy who does musicals, who does dramas. Like, you know, he's very much has more than one wheelhouse. Which is more than you can say of Robert Downey Jr., who's had, like, Sherlock Holmes and Iron Man. And that's fucking it in the last 20 years. Like, I get that he, you know, was a more professional, well-renowned actor back in the 90s. But, like, you know, does anyone under the age of fucking 30, like, actually know those movies? Like, I can't name a single old-school Robert Downey Jr. movie. Maybe that's my fault for not being cultured, but I really just think it means that he's not relevant outside of being Iron Man. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm just trying to be like, you know, this is the situation as I see it.
I said I'm not interested, and this is really getting stalkerish.
That last one? Yeah, that was the last one.
Seriously? How else did you think that would end?
You could see Galactus appearing before Secret Wars. I don't know. I could see them doing like Galactus as maybe in the first Fantastic Four movie in the after credits, but I don't know.
Captain, all the people in the cells are out, and they've got their property back.
Good. And Sable International swears they're going to prosecute that squad. I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay, what's your next?
Yuri, I found a Fisk construction site. Lots of busy worker bees up to no good.
Try to make some noise. If someone calls in a disturbance, I can send cars.
Noisy? I can do noisy.
Okay, who's next?
Spider-Man. He got it. You got this.
Back up! For a guy in jail, Fisk's men are awfully loyal.
Can't let him beat us. He's gonna throw it. Boss is sick and tired of you. So am I.
Hey, new arrival! Did I mention this is a rent party? Chip in. No, for real, I need rent money.
Spider-Man, I just checked. There's been a rash of counterfeit bills in that neighborhood.
Counterfeiting? That's a dying art. I'll do my part to make it extinct.
All right, guys. Let's finish.
Bad haircuts, excessive cologne. Yep, more Fisk goons. More backup? Guys, Willie said to take the day off. Scout's honor! Everything's quiet here now, Captain.
Didn't master the task.
More revenue stream Wilson Fisk can't use.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. Hey, what's good, Gooby? I didn't see a message there. Started streaming 69 minutes ago. Yeah, perfect. Let me switch costumes real quick. What do I want to go with? I'm gonna do PS1 Spider-Man again. I'm really curious about what they're going to do with the next Captain America and the next Thunderbolts movie. Because General Ross is going to appear in both of them, played by Harrison Ford, and also is going to be Red Hulk. And Red Hulk and the Leader are basically the bad guys for Captain America New World Order. And Thunderbolts is supposed to spin directly out of that. And you said Hyperion, I think, or Sentry is supposed to be the bad guy. I think it's Sentry, but I don't know. I can't remember. You just got back from Chick-fil-A? Yeah, I had Chick-fil-A earlier. Very nice. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I can't complain too much. Yeah, okay, I'll do Ultimate Symbiote next. It's called it's called Concussive Blast because it gives them concussions. Is this... Oh, I need to get on this building. Okay, so something fun about this building. This building is in almost every single Spider-Man game. And it used to be the old Sony building. And it used to have a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. Like, they used to keep a Macy's Thanksgiving Day Spider-Man balloon in it or something. Like, a bunch of giant Spider-Man stuff. It used to have a museum. But it used to be Sony's headquarters until they sold it around 2017, I want to say. I can't remember when exactly. It might have been 2014, 2011. It might have been earlier. I really can't remember. But it's in almost every Spider-Man game. It's in Spider-Man 2000 for PS1 back in, 2000. It's in Spider-Man 2002. It's in Spider-Man 2. There's one more it's in. I can't remember which one, though. But it's in almost every Spider-Man game. I also made a video about it once called This, Building is in Every Spider-Man Game. Very, easy title, but... Is this video plug because you saw it? It's not a good video. Not by my standards anyway. Like, I've improved at least a little bit since that video, I'd like to think. It's not a video of mine that, like, I go back and rewatch. But there are a couple of videos of mine that, like, I do watch. Which I know that's kind of like a weird thing where it's like, you listen to your own music, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, when I want to get a good idea of what people are watching, and what I want to make in the future, I kind of try to split the difference between my most popular videos and then the ideas that I have for videos, and then kind of try to mesh the two together if there's a place where the two can meet. The lore goes hard. It's funny you say that, Gooby, because someone asked earlier where the name Super Swim Team 7 originated from. And it's Superheroes, Adult Swim, SEAL Team 6, and Lucky Number 7.
We have officers
And also me misremembering the name Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's supposed to sound like mistranslated Japanese, like Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go, you know?
I've got an idea how to settle this. Dance off.
Okay, one more. Oh, two more.
Get us out of this, and I promise I'll take back every nasty thing I ever said about you.
I think I lost him. Let's play the quiet game.
Do you think after Sony's movies like blah blah blah, like Craven, El Muerto, Madam Web,
Pinned down in an urban
I don't think they'll sell Spider-Man, no. But I do think they'll keep making deals with Marvel, and they'll keep trying to make lightning strike twice with these Spider-Man spin-off movies. Like, we'll definitely see more Spider-Man spin-off movies that are bad, and the reason we're going to see them is that it holds Disney's ass to the fire to hold up, you know, Sony's end of the deal. Because the MCU, at this point, can't survive without Spider-Man. Like, I'm trying to think of how to put it, but like the MCU, the way the, you know, cinema is, like, people talk about the superhero movie bubble bursting and that idea a lot, and there's a little bit of truth to that. I don't think that, you know, people are going to stop going to see superhero movies anytime soon. They're the only types of movies that people go to fucking see. But what I do think is that, you know, Marvel has to have Spider-Man in their Avenger movies to get people interested, to sell tickets. They have to use Spider-Man to sell tickets to Doctor Strange. They have to use Spider-Man to sell tickets to other movies. That's what I'm saying. So Sony is going to make those movies to show, like, Disney, like, hey, we have your breadwinner, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing you can do about it. And they don't mind having a movie that flops. They will make 10 Morbiuses if they get them a better deal the next time they have to make a deal with Disney. Because, like, Disney is the biggest conglomerate, like, entertainment conglomerate in the world. And Sony is in a position where they can, like, really hold a lot of power in that conversation. And it's also a thing where it's like Sony movies compete with Disney movies, right? So there's not a lot of incentive for them to, you know, help out the biggest entertainment company in the world, because that's a competitor to them. So if they sold Spider-Man back, they would be helping their competitor. And that doesn't just hurt the Spider-Man movies. That hurts Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, you know, the Emoji Movie, all of the Sony movies, all the Sony franchises. Like, it's a nonsensical move for them to sell it. They'll never do it.
Mrs. Packer, I am so glad you're safe. And also that I can enlighten you about Spider-Man. You're from out of town, so you don't know what a menace he is.
He saved me and my husband.
But look at the big picture. Do you have these kind of crimes in Edina?
Oh, certainly not.
And do you have Spider-Man in Edina?
No.
And that is not a coincidence. You're welcome, Mrs. Packer. I consider explaining these things a public service.
guess sometimes you can. I'm touched by your devotion to your friends. I'll see to it you end up in the same cell block.
Not going back, Spider-Man. Lay off us and die.
Spinning us out! Tommy, get up! Say your prayers. I'm stuck! Hold tight. In here! Ah! I'm burning! Hurry!
I did not realize I was in a QuickTime event. It almost ended poorly.
You should go to the hospital. Get some oxygen, just in case.
See, I think I was heading to a combat challenge. Yeah, there we go. It's that way.
Available units, an assault was just reported. Any officers near Central Park, please proceed to the scene.
Better jump in and save that guy. Good, but I can do better.
Yeah, the I'm gonna die one. Yeah, that was from the Spider-Man PS3 game. And if I remember right, one of the reasons that became such a meme was because it was really hard to time it right. Like, one of the biggest problems with Spider-Man PS3 is that it was rushed and it's just not finished. Which is sad, because, like, they have all these features, like a mode where you can play as New Goblin, and, like, it could have been a good game if it had, like, an extra year in development. But it looks awful. It's one of the worst looking 360 PS3 games. And it doesn't help that the PS3 was fucking, like, impossible to code for either.
We're not going back, Spider-Man! An ambush? For me? Aw, you shouldn't have! I know, I should have called first. Let me go!
Black symbiote suit next. Or the ultimate symbiote suit, I mean. Oh, that was all of them? Oh no, that was not all of them. More on the ground, it looks like. Yeah, take that, Eminem.
Those were some well-armed convicts.
I've expressed my concern with Sable International's heavy-handed tactics. Our next caller witnessed them firsthand. Tell us what happened.
A bunch of us were protesting Sable, standing up for our rights like you always say, and suddenly they just start beating on people and arresting us for no reason.
This is always the risk of giving anyone too much power. They abuse it. Be aware.
People around here work. Hey, is this roof taken? So much for the opening act.
Did I get all of those with stealth? Yeah.
Let's dive right in. MJ, I'm at location number 2. Can you believe these demons wear their masks just like walking around? Must make for confusing staff meetings.
I'll try to figure out their operation while you throw a wrench into it.
警察都是白痴，他们认为我们就是一般的罪犯，或者是一群危险分子，他们根本不清楚我们是谁。你清楚主人的最终目标吗？何必？
No talking during the infiltration.
有人倒下就不好。当然，谁在？我们的力量与智慧，如果我们跟随他，便能获得荣耀。金真的有恶习。是啊，真宠亲他，怎么了？他偷了老板的钱，为了把等等。
Take a break. You earned it.
等等，不会跑的。那边，追住起来，拿下他的人头。躲开！
Do I think Ghost Rider will appear before Secret Wars? I don't know. I really don't know. The rumor right now is that Ghost Rider is going to be in Secret Wars, and it's going to be Nicolas Cage's version of Ghost Rider. I'd really like to see that, honestly. I think it'd make for a cool cameo. There's also a rumor that we're going to get a Midnight Suns movie. And I think it's really possible that we end up seeing Ghost Rider in that. You know how we got the Halloween special for Werewolf by Night? I think we might get an MCU, like, you know, Ghost Rider Halloween special. I think that's possible.
Yay, new guys! I'm sure you'll do way better than these guys just like you who I wiped the floor with.
Peter, that business is listed as an importer of computer parts.
Huh. I didn't know they'd started making laptops out of guns.
So it's an armory?
Not for long. I'm about to get some payback for Jeff Davis and everyone else they killed at City Hall. More of them! Good! I meant to ask you, how do you deal with sneezing in your masks? Big problem for me. Ah! Hey, more guests! Come in, grab a chair! We're playing charades!
Layla. My Roomba started cleaning and my dog freaked out. Poor baby. What are my thoughts on the Midnight Suns game? I haven't played it, but the gameplay type really, like, it's just not my kind of game. Layla, baby, it's okay. It's okay. Did the spooky robot vacuum scare you? Did the robot vacuum scare you, baby? But yeah, it's just really not my kind of game. I like the designs in it. I like the aesthetics. The costumes look cool. Baby, Layla, hush. Let me see. I'm gonna use this one. Layla girl. Goodness. I really like this 6-armed costume. It's based off of the Carnage version of Miles from the Absolute Carnage event. I think it's from Future Fight or Future Revolution. She was so offended by that robot vacuum.
Very sleepy. Yuri, I have eyes on a Sable base. They've got prisoners. I don't know what they're charged with, and I don't want to let dangerous people back on the streets.
The real criminals they turn over to us. The people they hold on site haven't done anything they can make a case over.
I can think of at least 2 amendments that violates. Okay, looks like I'm staging a jailbreak. Trust me, it's less painful this way.
Okay, the 6 arms and then the spider legs too look really cool. Before the movies, do I think that DC was more popular than Marvel? Absolutely. Like 2008, you know, Iron Man coming out, I absolutely think that was a world where DC was more popular than Marvel. At least at that time with that generation. Growing up as a kid in the early 2000s, like, definitely DC was more popular. If only because DC had cartoons and Marvel had reruns. Like, there were very few Marvel cartoons that came out in the early 2000s. You had the MTV show, which kids didn't watch because it was on MTV. You had X-Men Evolution, which finished around 2003 or 2004, I think. But, you know, you had so many different DC shows, but you had barely any Marvel ones in comparison. But in the world of Avengers, like, by 2012, 1000% Marvel is more popular than DC. Like, there's not even a question about it now.
You guys are persistent. What kind of pay you get? Asking for a friend.
Spidr-man, I did some research. All the people they're holding did is protest Sable's heavy-handed tactics.
Gotcha. I'm lodging a protest myself right now. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, but see, that's my thing, is that the Batman movies are all... That's all that Warner Brothers has ever really had. You know, even stuff like Shazam is only even really comparable to, like, Ant-Man. It wasn't really until Aquaman that you had a movie that really performed as well as a Marvel movie does. Like, the fact that they made Justice League with, you know, the brand's heaviest hitters, and it couldn't sell tickets, like, it's sad, but it's, like, showing of, like, the biggest problem with Warner Brothers has always been the producers. Like, Kevin Smith has this whole rant that he goes on about John Peters, right? He was supposed to write a script for Tim Burton's Superman Lives, or Superman Returns. I forget what it was going to be called. But he was supposed to write a script for it, and he had to take it to John Peters. And John Peters has been a Superman producer for years now. He's been a producer at Warner Brothers for years now. And the way he got his job being a producer, he used to be Barbra Streisand's hairdresser. You cannot make this up. He has no background in English, no background in writing. The motherfucker has never written a goddamn movie. But he gets all this say over all these movies. So when you see these tropes repeated over and over again, especially by the same studios, a lot of the times it's because some, you know, executive has this idea in their mind and they keep trying to force it. So the idea that John Peters kept trying to force onto Superman was that Superman needed to fight a giant spider. And the reason for that was that spiders are the apex predator, they're the most vicious predator in the animal kingdom, blah blah blah. So Superman needed to fight a giant spider. And they had to write that into the script just because of this one stupid producer. And the funny thing is, Superman Returns never comes out. But this Will Smith movie called Wild Wild West, a cowboy movie about cowboys, that movie comes out around like 1999, 2000, and it has a giant spider in it. Cowboys fighting a steampunk giant spider. Anyway, what that is to say is that, you know, he was a producer for Man of Steel, right? Think about the terraforming machine, the world machine in Man of Steel. What is that? It's a giant fucking spider. So, like, Warner Brothers has always been the problem. And I'm hoping that, you know, with the Warner Brothers Discovery thing, and then, you know, the AT&T thing, I'm hoping that a lot of those old guys are out and they don't get to have a say about the DC movies anymore. Because that's what's been holding them back, really. Didn't you ever read a history book, Swim? Every day back in the old Wild West, in the in the day, big mechanical spiders were everywhere until cowboys killed them all. Yeah, just like the dinosaurs. Not a lot of people know it, but dinosaurs roamed the Wild West too. But cowboys shot them all. Fuck Cowboys versus Aliens. I want to see Cowboys versus Dinosaurs. Make a Jurassic Park movie where they send the dinosaurs back in time.
Except ones I think are worthy of further discussion, like this one.
Cowboys versus Dinosaurs versus Vampires versus Aliens versus Brown versus the Board of Education. That's the movie I want to see.
Possibility came to mind. In his misguided delusion that he is protecting us, is he hacking into all our conversations? Business deals, credit card transactions, those personal calls with the wife when you're on a long, lonely book tour. I mean, when one is on a book tour, I wasn't talking about myself. I don't do that sort of thing, and anyone who thinks they have recordings of me doing it is wrong.
I love C. Coping Copason.
Requesting an update on our status in Cathedral. We have detained an unauthorized gathering of civilians. Proceeding to question and arrest as needed.
Why are they called cowboys when they barely dealt with cows? That's funny. You know, you did have outlaws like, Jesse James and Billy the Kid. Obviously, people like that existed, right? But the pop culture idea of cowboys really didn't exist as they're portrayed in movie. Now, keep in mind, I might be completely off base about this, right? But from my understanding is that cowboys weren't real. Outlaws were real, but they weren't cowboys. No one called them cowboys. Like, people called pirates pirates, but no one really called cowboys cowboys until that age was over. And if there ever was any equivalent or version of a cowboy, it was more of a Mexican thing than it was an Old West thing. But, cultures blend, cultures merge, blah, 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 blah.
Too much to hope this will teach Sable to focus on actual criminals instead of me? Yeah, too much.
One Marvel animated show I could see them doing is Marvel Team Up. Also, I could see that. I'm wondering what they're going to do with the Inhumans, because clearly they don't have any aversion to, dabbling with the stuff that the TV shows did, given that, they recast the guy inside of the movies for Multiverse of Madness. I don't think that they'll directly reference the shows, but I think they'll keep the same cast of actors and they won't contradict it. I think it'll be a soft reboot in that kind of regard. But I could see them doing something animated as a way to, kind of avoid, or maybe doing something cheaper than it would cost them to do something live action. I definitely think that they're gearing up to do Judgment Day in the MCU. In terms of Eternals, I think that if they didn't do Judgment Day for Eternals 2, it would be a dumb move, because no one gave a shit about Eternals, right? But if you pit them against, the Avengers or something, people might actually care. Eternals 2 needs to be some kind of MCU crossover, or else no one is going to care, and it's going to be a dead franchise. Hey, I hope you sleep well, Gooby. And best of luck with the interview. I'll catch you soon. I just love seeing the, polygonal Spider-Man running around New York City. Just the contrast against everything else. You know what angle I'd love them to take for this third Spider-Man game? It'd be really neat if they made a Spider-Verse game. Basically, every costume has unique powers, a unique skill set, certain, missions you need a certain Spider-Man. That'd be a really neat way to play it. I'm sure they'll do it eventually.
Sorry to interrupt your romantic evening. guys. Hate seeing a city like this. Gotta find some way to get things under control.
I did not mean to deploy those. Wonder if the Marvels will have a reference for Carol's Miss Marvel costumes. Then maybe show a less revealing version. Am I excited for the Marvels? Yeah, I am excited for the Marvels. So, I did not realize that I didn't. That is really neat how that's detailed. I've never noticed that before. Huh. But yeah, I'm really excited for the Marvels. So, one of my favorite things, like, everyone hates Ant-Man and the Wasp, right? But I really like Ant-Man and the Wasp. And the reason for that is that Ant-Man and the Wasp is the Flash movie I have always wanted. And what I mean by that is, like, the best part of the Flash comics is the Flash family. You have Jay Garrick, the grandpa, Barry Allen, the old dad, you know, Wally West, the young dad, who's like, you know, was the teen of the last generation, is the next generation coming up. Then you have, you know, Wallace West and Bear and Bart, but like you have a family dynamic with these characters where it feels like a family, right? And Ant-Man and the Wasp feels like an Ant-Man family. You have Grandpa Ant-Man, Grandma Ant-Man, you know, then the two new Ant-Men, and now you have the daughter Ant-Man. So it's like, I don't know. I'm more excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania than I am the Marvels, right? But at the same time, though, the Marvels is embracing that superhero family dynamic of legacy that just is so appealing to me in superhero stuff. So, I'm really excited to see what they do with the Marvels. And I think it's going to flesh out the Skrull Kree stuff in an interesting way, too. That's an angle to be excited about for sure.
This is Sable Control. What's the situation south of Houston? Control, ABC Tango, Mr. Escape prisoners.
High-speed firefight. Beautiful. And even better, both sides won't kill me. Thanks, Parker Luck.
Just accepted this. Spider-Man! Real tempted, but we're gonna take our chances! Bang!
Thoughts on Jen writing Superman? I'm not sure. I've been reading Action Comics, but I haven't read any of the Superman solo proper stuff. I need to catch up on it. I read all of the Warworld stuff, and I really liked it. Really liked it. Starting with the Grant Morrison stuff with the Authority, all of the Warworld arc for Superman, I loved it. I haven't read much of the John Kent stuff, but I'm probably going to get around to reading Tom Taylor's Jonathan stuff pretty soon. Tom Taylor's Nightwing is just phenomenal. Really been enjoying that book. Oh, thought on James Gunn writing Superman. Okay, I thought you were talking about, like, I didn't know who was writing the Superman comic. Okay. James Gunn writing Superman? I don't know. It's not his type of movie, his type of character. But the fact that he wants someone else to direct it, that's a good sign for me. That he's not directing it himself. We'll see. Like, I think that whatever he does, it'll be the best Superman movie that we've seen in generations.
Ground teams, this is Control. What's the situation in the financial district? Outpost is under siege by demons.
Better step in before they rack up a body count. Hey, rooftops are for barbecues, not firefights. Rescue Sable from the demons. Sable repays me with bullets to the face. Sweet. Need to stop those mercenaries fast.
There's a new Dan Slott Spider-Man verse? There's a new Dan Slott Spider-Verse story? What's that about? I've been reading the main run of Spider-Man, but outside of that, not really much. But the main reason I've been reading that is just because of Dark Web and how Venom ties into it. And I've been... Venom I keep up with, like, and have kept up with for a couple of years now. Venom and Hulk are the two characters that I stay kept up with. But, I don't know. That's really the only reason I've been keeping up with Spider-Man. And also because I've been reading the X-Men stuff, and Dark Web ties into X-Men too. Dark Web is like...
Wish I'd done that well in school.
It's not the best event in the world, right? But people are over-hating it. People are like, oh man, they regressed Venom. They're ignoring 20 years of character progression. Blah, 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 right? And they bitch. But, like, if you read the fucking book, if you read the book you're complaining about on Twitter, you would see that, like, there's a reason in the plot that he's acting like that. He's not just acting like that for no fucking reason. Like, he's acting like that because he's brainwashed. And that's the whole, like, that's why he's trying to fight Spider-Man again. That's why he's like, the brains Venom. Even though, like, you know, he hasn't acted like that in, like, 10, 15 years.
Cover band's never as good as the original. Hey!
Still got tricks up your sleeve, huh?
But yeah, like, Dark Web isn't the best event in the world, right? But don't let people just trash it on Twitter. Like, read it for yourself and then decide for yourself it's a bad book. Because, like, it's not great, but the reasons that it's bad, the struggles that it has, are different than the reasons that, you know, people on Twitter complain about. I don't know. Maybe I'm just showing that I spend too much time on Twitter. And too much time reading comic books. But, I mean, hey, pick your poison. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Out of the few people that, you know, out of everyone that complains about comics, few people actually read them. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been guilty of this. I have been one of those people before. Because the first time I saw Venom with wings, right? I was like, this is so stupid. Why does Venom have wings? Oh, it's not a spider on his chest now, it's a dragon. And it's this ancient blah blah blah. He didn't just copy it from Spider-Man. I thought that was stupid. I thought it was the dumbest thing in the world, right? But then I actually read the comic, and it made Venom and like that comic book run in general just one of my all-time favorite comic books. Like I hadn't read it, and I was like, this is stupid, blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna read it. And then I actually read it, and I fell in love with it.
Cause the deaths of all concerned.
Well, he never has before, has he?
I believe we'll just have to agree to disagree. Thank you for your service. Goodbye.
It's the spider peps that are connected to the Spider-Verse trying to take it over and infect it. Well, Madam Web, Spider-Man, and those other spider. Huh. I hate that it's Moreland again. Like, Moreland and his family are the most boring Spider-Man villains. Like, make it like an evil version of Superior Spider-Man from an alternate universe, or make it an army of Norman Osborns or something, right? Like, imagine a Goblin verse, right? Where it's the Goblin verse versus the Spider Verse, a multiverse of goblins that have figured out how to bring each other back to life and resurrect each other, all to fight Spider-Man all over again. That would be like a really fun Spider-Verse event. But no, it's fucking Moreland again. Like, and he has the most boring villain costume ever. It's just a fucking suit and tie, and he looks like this Victorian dude. He's just a vampire. Like, no, I'm sorry, but like that's stupid. Like, he's such a basic bitch Spider-Man villain. I don't get why they keep going back to him. Or why people try to say Moreland is supposed to be Spider-Man's ultimate enemy. He's a very boring villain. I just don't understand the appeal. Rich heroes have super families? Well, I mean, you got the Bat family, right? And that's Batman, all of the Robins, Oracle, the Batgirls, all those sorts of characters. That's the Bat family. And then, you know, you could maybe say there's an extended Bat family with Jim Gordon, a couple other characters, maybe. Maybe. But then for Superman, you have Superman, Jonathan Kent, Steel, Steel's daughter, Natasha, the two kids that Superman and Lois just adopted, the Kryptonians. And who else do you have? I feel like there's someone else. Oh, yeah, Supergirl and Connor Kent. I don't know if you'd count the Green Lantern characters as a superhero family or not, but in some versions they act like that. A multiverse Sinister 60. Oh my god, okay. Not the Sinister 60. The Sinister 66. Or the Sinister 666. That'd be funny. The Sinister 666 and they're all goblins.
where the party is. Okay, let's see what's happening inside. Geronimo!
Oh my god, that was perfect. Like Geronimo, like, because he says that in Spider-Man 2000.
The third location. Apparently it's
That was like the dumbest thing in the world to geek out about, but still.
Finally, a job where you'll fit right in. Until you start with the face kicking.
Yeah, I have a feeling HR is not going to be too happy with me. Why don't you sit this one out?
炸弹令心动更难了，我恐不质疑老大。如果你够聪明，你也不会质疑。当然不是，我只是说，你是说，你问了你本分以外的问题。你说的对，是我想多了。这一次换，希望你别告诉大哥。站住！我们被入侵了，兄弟们，快来！
You need some downtime.
蜘蛛侠，把他打下来！
So I think the new guys have to tag the old guys, and they have to go to their corner, no?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a spoiler. I probably won't read the event for a few years, so I'll probably forget by the time I actually read it.
Be honest, you were all waiting next
Or I mean, not the event, but the story.
to be mean, weren't you?
Peter, it looks like Lee took over a legitimate auto repair business.
Explains where the demons get all their vehicles. Trucks, ambulances.
Exactly. You shut this down, they'll have a tougher time moving around the city unnoticed.
I would hate to see the group text that got you all here.
别让他我兄弟！
Hold on! Before we start, let me check the maximum occupancy for this place.
你等着瞧吧，让我们尝尝前撑多久呢？呀！ 被狗流带了，快要扔了！我们需要支援，知道了。呀！
MJ, I may have just done the opposite of repair at this repair shop.
Don't worry, I'll get the cops down there. They'll clean things up.
Alright, y'all. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, but I appreciate y'all watching. I want y'all to do me a favor. Keep an eye out, because on Friday, I'm going to be dropping a video. It's going to be my first video in a year, and whether or not people watch it that have watched the video in the past, or that have watched the channel in the past, is going to depend on... it'll make a difference on how it's recommended. So if you guys would watch the video I put out on Friday, I'd really appreciate it. It's going to be a Batman video called Who is Batman? All about the Batman movies and Lego Batman and cultural perception of characters and just kind of a different angle take on Batman than what you would usually see on ComicTube. But I'm really excited to put out that video, and I can't wait to see what y'all think about it. Hopefully the next stream things will go a little bit smoother. I don't know what was up with the chat box. I'll figure that out by the next stream, but one way or another, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, new video is going to be out Friday. I'd really appreciate it if y'all check that out. But thanks for watching the stream. I'll catch y'all later. Oh, hold on, let me figure it. Yeah, it's been a year since I last streamed. This has been Swim Team Captain 7.